You're listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. Now, the largest new media platform on the web and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith Johnson.
Live from the AfterBuzz TV studios and now streaming live on Ustream, this is AfterBuzz TV's from Monday Night Raw. We'll get you all the latest news and gossip for WWE's Raw. If you'd like to buzz us, you can call us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, picking up where the show leaves off, and the buzz continues. It's WWE's Monday Night Raw!
All right.
Yeah. We're finally here! What's up, all you stars and studs and AfterBuzzers? I'm Maria Kanellis, and I am joined by singer, announcer, songwriter, fantastic Lilian Garcia.
Hello, guys. It's so awesome to be here. Oh, my gosh. This is exciting.
Very exciting. I am also joined by, I just found out, he raps for a living.
Oh, yes, he does.
But he's also a super fan, Preston Gomez.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up. Weighing in at 200 and sexy pounds.
Don't be taking my shtick. I should be doing that.
Well, I would sing, but we know I can't do that, so I'll just stick to being a super fan here, people.
Fantastic. And then last but certainly not least, former WWE writer and now writes for Ring of Honor, among many, many other shows. You'll have to tell us all about it in a minute. David Lagana.
Hello.
Woo!
Golf clap, people. Golf clap, golf clap, golf clap.
See, I'm used to doing audio podcasts, so it's weird that people can see me.
Yeah,
weird.
It was a little strange at first, and then we all
And your audience might be going, oh,
I know.
I'm just kidding.
No, trust me, they know. They
We'll
know
have
what
to
I
give
mean.
you some powder next week, possibly.
I'm just going to go like this the whole time, be like, what's up?
That's kind of cool.
He brought this in to show us that this is what he's most known for.
I'm more famous for one sign than I am anything I did in 6 years at WWE, so it's awesome.
Was that you
Well,
holding it
not
up?
me.
No. I couldn't get
It's
tickets this
okay.
good. They wouldn't let me in the building.
It's
so.
They wouldn't let me in.
They hate me. It's
Guys,
awesome.
I don't know how you're feeling, but I'm really excited and kind of a little butterfly in my tummy right now.
Isn't it strange? Think about this. Every Monday night, what we were doing, and now here we are.
You for 10 years.
10 years.
And how much craziness did you see in that 10
Oh
years?
my gosh. Like, seriously? And people always ask me that. Like, what was the craziest moment? Like, really? You really want me to pick one moment out of 10 years? It's impossible because...
Pick a moment. No, I'm just kidding.
Do it.
So much has happened. It's crazy all the time.
Apple strudel.
That was pretty good. Working with The Rock, yeah. I will never forget that one interview. Everybody always talks about that, the strudel interview.
Yeah.
That I think it's got like over 1 million something views on YouTube. It was pretty funny. People were asking me how I didn't crack up. And that was pure acting, I guess. You better not mess up. It was awesome.
Yeah.
That was, I would say that was a highlight of working with Rock, working with Stone Cold, and awesome.
Yeah, and what have you been up to since then?
Oh, now I have been, well, I took off. I got married the week that I left, exactly to the week, I should say, after I left. And I moved from New York City to Marina del Rey, and been very exciting to be out there. And been working on my music full time. So I just finished doing one music video, which will be coming out soon.
I've heard about it. I'm very excited.
Me too.
Very excited to see
it.
it. So
Me
you'll
too.
have to bring it in for us to all see and watch, and the AfterBuzzers to watch at home. So yeah, that's amazing.
Thanks. Yay! What about you?
What's
going on?
Just a little bit of everything. I left, and at first I didn't want to really do a whole lot with wrestling. I was like, you know what? I started when I was 22, and so I had no idea what else there was out there. So I've done everything from sword fight to host B-movies to to signed autographs to done indie shows. And you know what? It's funny because you kind of round your way back to it. At least I have, and now I'm starting to be on the independent scene. And I was going to wait to give this announcement later, but I am the creative director of the female division of wrestling down for Crossfire Wrestling in Nashville. So I've been scouting women for the last couple weeks. So
AfterBuzz TV exclusive.
Wow.
There you go. That's awesome.
yeah.
Congrats.
So
That
I mean,
job.
we see big things in the future, and so I can't wait to see what happens. We just had a show a couple months back, or about a month and a half back, and we had 1,000 people there. We've had almost 2,000 people there before, so it's just going to continue to build, and I'm so excited for the show in November. So
Yay. That's great.
That's really good.
That's great.
Yeah.
All right.
So, all right, and to you.
Oh, what have I been doing? Like Maria, I tried to get out of wrestling after, and
It just sucks
pulled
you
me
back in. I swear. It's
Yeah.
like, is it The Godfather? What was it? That whole
Yeah,
thing? They roll me
Yeah, they pull you right back in.
in.
No,
Yeah.
I work for Ring of Honor. I produced the HDNet television show for 2 years, and now I do all their social media, which is fun. It's a whole new world. That job didn't exist 4 years ago when I was at WWE, and
Right.
started the podcast I Want Wrestling on iTunes, and it's been fun. Lillian's been on talking about 9/11. That was a thank you for coming on. That was a lot of fun. And
Thank you for asking me, because that was a big moment.
Yeah, it was. We were talking about no one sings the national anthem better than Lillian.
Yeah,
so.
I'm
Yeah.
going to make you sing one week for us. I don't know when yet, but
I
one
guess
week.
I'm
I'll
gonna
let
come
you know in
prepared.
advance. I will. I'll give you a week out and be like, all right,
Okay.
so this is the week because whatever happened.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, but I
Okay.
really would love that because
Sure.
no one else sings it like you. Everybody else,
Thank
I'm like,
you.
why do you mess it up all the time? Why don't you know the words?
Exactly.
Like, don't sing it
Thanks.
if you don't know the words. And of the 5 years I was there, every single time was like, wow. And we all would stand there. And it was crazy because all the talent would also just stand there and listen to you, which
Tear up is what it would. I swear. I saw
Wow, guys.
saw the
Thanks.
giant go like this a couple
Amazing.
times and had a tear in there.
We're trying to get Lillian
Wow.
to tear up right now.
yeah, we are. We're
Thank
working
you.
on it.
Well, I'm tearing up right now. The compliments. Wow.
Sing. Whoops.
Whoa.
What's going on over there? All right, now Preston, you have to tell us about your love of wrestling. I want to hear all about it.
That's easy. That's easy. You know, growing up as a kid, you know, you have these certain things you do with your father. And, you know, my father passed away, and wrestling was always something, you know, the whole Monday night thing was, even when it was Saturday night, it was just a part of me, you know. And then growing up after he had already passed, it's kind of something I hold on to. It's like my little secret, my secret love. You know, I'll never cheat on wrestling. No, that means no TNA, all right?
But wrestling will cheat on you. Don't worry.
Wrestling
it's cheated
will
on me
cheat
a
on
couple
you.
of times.
It will cheat. It will
It'll
do.
cheat, it'll lie, it'll
will
take your
do
credit card.
All kinds of credit cards. You'll get lost. You'll be like, what happened to those years? But
Right.
still, you return. It's insane. Absolutely insane. We are coming off of Hell in the Cell or Hell in a Cell. Wasn't it the Cell
It
before?
was Hell in the
went,
Cell.
they
I
went
thought it
back
was
and
Hell in a
forth.
Cell.
I definitely remember announcing Hell in the Cell.
I remember that.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
I had to reshoot stuff with once. It was I think I had as and it was supposed to be the, and then the next year it was the, and then it was so it always changes.
You're having a problem with the and
Yeah.
the
And the. Why can't it be the cell? There
don't know.
isn't many
No,
cells.
there's one
It
cell.
isn't a cell that we have over here and a cell over there. No, there's just one
the
cell.
cell.
So it's the
Singular.
Yeah, so we're coming off of that, and I always find it interesting, you know, when we're coming off of a pay-per-view, is how there's always the 6-on-6 match. That was the main event of the night, and so it's like you kind of wait for those superstars to come out at the end, but they have a 6-on-6 strictly to save the guys' bodies for all the people that don't know that. I'm spoiling it, but a great show overall. What a show to start with.
right.
Hey guys, actually, before you start talking about the show,
right.
AfterBuzz has a huge announcement that we have to make.
Yes, you
All
do.
right.
This Sunday,
Announcement.
yes, this Sunday, live from Universal Studios City Walk, we will be streaming live from the John Lovitz Comedy Club, streaming the season finale of Breaking Bad. Maria Menounos will be hosting it, and she's actually working with AMC. We're going to have the cast, the crew. I can't say exactly who yet. That information is not allowed out. It's going to be a little surprise. So I'm really excited. And even if you're not a fan, come down. Your favorite AfterBuzz host will be there. Take pictures on the red carpet, all that stuff. You got to check out the JohnLovitzComedyClub.com for tickets, or you could go to Facebook.com/AfterBuzzTV to check out any information. It's going to start at 7 o'clock, but Universal has this whole Halloween thing going on, so make sure you're there a half hour earlier to 45 minutes early. This is going to be awesome, and the more people we get there, if we get this place crunk as heck, we can have more after shows.
And how cool would it be to
For a
host a WWE Raw
Yes.
or a
I can already see
pay-per-view?
that. I can already see that.
Or
right?
I would wear my gear. If it happens, I'll wear my
I'll
gear.
wear my ring gear.
So, ladies and
I already
gentlemen,
got my
if
belt
you want to
on mine.
see Maria Menounos, if you want to see Maria Menounos this week, and then see
Good catch.
Maria
Nice
Kanellis in her gear, come down this Sunday, October 9th,
October 9th.
6:30 p.m.
I'm definitely going to be there. I'm like set. Right? That sounds like it'd be fun.
Yeah.
I know one thing. That whole thing at Universal Studios with
Horror
Halloween
Nights,
Horror
yeah.
Nights. Oh
They
my
chase you with a
God.
chainsaw.
We just talked about this. No scary things are in my future.
Yes.
All right.
Seriously though, I went for the first time last year,
Right.
and I've never gone before. And I walked in. As soon as I walked in, they're all after me, and I went down in a little ball screaming, and of course
no.
that gets them
Yeah,
going
they
even
know-
more.
they know you're-
So now there's real
Smell
chainsaws right by. There's like 5 of them crowded because now I've just given them ammunition to have so much fun with me. I wanted to walk out right back out the door. I've never been so scared.
Sounds like an international
You need
plane
security
flight.
guards.
No,
Just don't
that's such
hire
a
the
wimp
ones that
when it
they
comes to
hire
that.
for the show. 'Cause
Sounds like
they
you need
let
a great
everybody
collie is what you need.
Yes, I do.
buy. He likes to make out with the girls.
Oh God.
Does
Do
he?
not remind me.
Oh, does he now?
Do not remind me because I was part of that.
Can we cut to
You
that
had
footage?
many, you had many lovers at WWE
I
on
did.
television.
Between
Many
Kali and
lovers.
Viscera and who was it?
Oh,
Who
I
else?
I forgot all about Viscera.
He's amazing.
Yeah.
He's so sweet. I
Yes.
just saw him.
Viscera was great.
He's
was
like
great to
just
work with.
the sweetest man. He said that he's been watching what I'm doing after. So big Vis.
Aw.
Thank
Big Vis.
you so much. Big shout out to you. You're just amazing. We're in Lafayette, Louisiana.
Yes,
And
we're not.
No,
They
We're
are.
not. Well, you
Thankfully,
know,
we're not.
Monday Night Raw.
I'm glad that I'm not
Right.
in Louisiana.
I had to drop a pin real quick, check my iPhone to make sure we were.
Nice.
Technology's telling me we're not there, but
Drew McIntyre, Randy Orton start off the show.
Yes.
And I have to say that I really love Randy's scruff. I know we're supposed to talk wrestling, but I also
Well,
want to
you
talk
and I
about
can
that.
talk about.
hold on one second.
I think Randy looks better with age.
He does.
I really do think so. He looks better with age.
And with family and with, he just has something about him now that I'm like, oh, I really like this
Big
man.
boy has become a man.
It's called
Yes.
that.
Yes.
It's the daddy feature. You know,
Yeah.
it's like when women are pregnant. You know, they're attractive because they glow. It's the same thing when a dad becomes a dad. he
They
gets that-
glow.
Yeah,
They glow.
They
They
glow.
glow.
But they
glow.
scruff.
Yeah.
He
They scruff.
He
I
scruff.
like scruff. I
I
really
don't have
like
No eye contact.
scruff.
Watch out, my ladies.
Oh, sorry.
A little frightened. Not really.
I think you guys might be staring at each other a little bit.
Oh my!
It's not that kind of web video.
It was a great match. Randy always has great matches.
It was
Drew.
the longest Drew McIntyre match probably in about a year and a half.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say I haven't heard
The-
of Drew in a
the
minute.
poor
Drew's
guy.
gotten like big,
Yes.
He
right?
has.
Like he's just built out.
He is. He's built out, and he also, I have a feeling, is paying for someone else's sins, problems, because Drew's really good. And
I
would
love
love
Drew.
to see him do more stuff.
Me
Just,
too.
it's unfortunate that happens. And
Yeah, you
keep
guys-
fighting the power. You can do it, man.
Yeah, you didn't see last week. He got thrown out of the Battle Royal in 12 seconds.
In 12 seconds.
Yeah, he was
Oh,
the first
wow.
one out. He
Fantastic.
sneezed and I think fell out of the
And
ring.
I see such star power in him. I really do. With the right push,
Right.
I just
Yeah.
see this.
I think his promos are kind of boring, to be honest with you.
Oh, all right.
Really?
When I hear a lot of his promos and stuff, he doesn't seem really appealing. Like I want to see him fight in the ring.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm
Well,
not
Throwing it
agreeing
out
with
there.
you.
I think as an athlete, Drew
so
McIntyre is good, but I just think his promos are weak compared to other.
Do you like him as babyface versus a heel? I mean, yeah, heel or
No,
does it
he
matter?
just- He
or-
just doesn't really appeal to me.
He's kind of has this thing that he's been there for 3 years and hasn't done anything.
Well,
You know
that's
what I mean?
because
Like
they
if-
haven't given him the
yeah,
opportunity.
yeah. So like
and
you're
so
sitting
he
there
ends
watching
up
him go.
sitting.
You got to
Yeah.
take
You know?
opportunity too, though. You know,
do.
There's only
You
so
gotta-
much opportunity
nobody's-
you can take there, though.
I was just gonna say you didn't work there.
Hey, I'm
you
the
go
super
in the
fan, all
office
right?
and you're like, please, I want to do this, and I want to try this, and I'm gonna really work work hard. And, okay, thank you for your time.
Here's your 2-minute match on Superstars.
But hey, but then you look at guys like Zack Ryder that are smart enough to, become an internet web sensation, so people actually create a demand. You know, there's other ways you can do it as an artist or as an entertainer and anything.
That's true. Because who else? Wasn't it Miz? Yeah, Miz and Morrison
Miz.
who
they
took it
used the
upon
dirt sheet,
themselves
They use the
to
dirt
do
sheet.
that. Yeah. So you're right. You're right when it comes to that.
Yeah,
maybe we
you
should-
can push. I mean, you really can. You can push. You can try and get to places, and sometimes it works, and sometimes it doesn't, because there's so many of them that have tried before, and they work their tails off, and they get broke down so many times that they just don't have a soul anymore, and they can't do it. You know, and I know you are an outsider, and you're a fan, and you see this, and you're like, oh, but guess what? It doesn't work that way. It really doesn't.
I'm a white rapper, so it's always an uphill battle. I mean,
So was John Cena.
Yeah.
John Cena was a white rapper.
struggle
too.
is struggle, you know.
I'm Eminem, so it's a struggle.
Hates that.
So, Randy Orton's drop kick, amazing. And the cutoff I thought was very weak in this match.
Yes.
Overall, though, it was a good match. Did not like the aftermath because, you know what? There's too much aftermath after.
Because it becomes
match.
bigger than the story of the match.
It does.
I absolutely think so.
Well, this was unique because this was like the first show in a long time that did not start with people talking.
Thank goodness.
Usually it's like 18 minutes of people
Yes.
setting up a 6-man tag. So this was interesting.
Well,
I
that's
thought
you know why? Because it ended with people
it
talking.
did end with people talking. But there wasn't a lot.
long. So they're like, we better. Put
Yeah,
it
they
in the
saved
front.
it. So
Yeah,
it was
I
an
would-
interesting start that way at least.
All right. Well, I have to admit, and maybe Lillian, you want to kind of also speak to this. I haven't watched a full episode since I left the company. Yeah. I watched like the big stuff, like when everybody was twittering about, oh my God, Punk did this, blah, blah, blah. I'll watch. Or, oh my God, the girls' match, this happened. I'll watch that. But I have not watched a full match. So for me, any kind of,
That was the best part, watching you guys watching. Going, why are they? Oh, they still do that? Yeah.
Who
they
is
still
that
do.
person walking out to the ring again?
I am serious. Let me tell you something. I actually really attempted to watch a show, and my stomach was in knots. I did watch WrestleMania.
Yeah.
And I tweeted along, and it was great. Like the fans, tweeting right back, and all that. Ended up trending worldwide. Like, it was crazy. Yeah. It was awesome. However, watching just regular Monday Night Raw, my stomach was in knots, and it was in knots a little bit tonight. And it's just that thing of, wow, I really did leave.
It's like a dream. Like you're watching it on the outside. Like you. Am I dreaming what this is right now? Because like I'm used to being there. So.
Well, yeah, it was my part for 10 years, and it's funny because it's 10 years, and it seems like it was more because you live and breathe it every single day, every single week. You don't have no downtime, no nothing, and so it's been hard to watch an episode, and that's why I was kind of glad that I was with you. I'm like holding your hand. I'm like, we can get through this.
We can do it. It'll be great.
So it's not like I didn't like it or I didn't want to.
Yeah.
It's really one of those things where it was sad that I left at the same time. I know I made the right decision.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
you used to also like you have the encompass of the show, but then you know what you do after. So I gotta get in the car and drive, or I have to, catch a flight in the morning. That's all gone. Like all that stress is now completely gone, and you can kind of sort of enjoy it.
It's also interesting, like, watching as things are happening, and you also know, like, why there's a long pause.
Oh, yeah.
Or why, it's going to go to commercial right now. It's amazing watching it from
we
an
definitely
outside.
know.
Yeah, I like this. I like this a lot. Mark Henry comes out, and you were just telling me 15 years in the company.
Yeah, he's probably the longest guy on the roster.
Yeah, first one
Longest
ever to
guy,
go. Yeah.
With Taker not full time, I think it's Mark Henry, and it was Funaki, but Funaki's not there anymore. So poor Fu. Poor
What's
Fu.
he doing now?
He's training people to wrestle. And I think he's still a scout for the company.
Yeah.
I get random
awesome.
weird text messages from him that are, I'm in Los Angeles today. No, in 3 weeks. Okay, Funaki, thank you. So
You need the heads up to clear your schedule.
yeah, and then he didn't text me. I was like, all right, whatever.
Oh, he didn't after all of
Yeah,
that?
and his
Oh,
English
that's
is still
nice.
bad. He's been here 15 years. The man has not learned English.
Learn English.
I don't know. Maybe he's just fooling you.
He's like
Well,
Tajiri.
that's like
Tajiri.
Tajiri.
Yeah, Tajiri. the same way.
Tajiri knew.
I will
Oh, yeah.
not do that.
He knew.
Yeah.
What? You want to do that and that and that to me? I don't understand. I don't.
So.
Tajiri, he's not any longer
He's
with
in
the
Japan,
He's
yeah,
in Japan.
yeah.
But Tajiri was just known for doing this. If it was anything in the match he did not want to do, he would say he didn't understand.
Right. I don't speak.
No.
I don't speak. Mind you,
I don't
I would
understand.
do an interview with him. We would talk back and
Yeah.
forth.
Yeah.
Interview would begin, and he'd have no idea what was going on. What?
I
don't
remember
believe
him
you.
speaking Spanish to me.
To Jerry? Yeah, I think he did speak Spanish.
I know. I'm like, he spoke Spanish better than he did English.
He worked in Mexico. That's he had to know it to work down in Mexico.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's how he knew
I was
it.
very impressed.
Yes.
I'm like, what? You don't speak English,
Yes.
but you speak Spanish?
Yes, exactly. So yeah, Mark's been there a long time, and he's had a bunch of starts and stops, and this is the best thing they've done with him in years.
Yeah.
Finally won.
Yes.
I was there when
Finally
he
won.
injured his leg down at OVW.
Oh yeah.
Oh, God, that was brutal. That was the worst day ever. But finally, after all that, he gets a championship.
Yes, it
I
looks
was
like,
rooting for him.
Yeah.
Were you?
Yeah, I was, everybody wants to see a success story. 15 years, like if you followed it, 15 years is a long time, never to get a shot.
Well, you saw when he
never-
won it, the
yeah.
crowd was excited. They cheered that when he won because it was
Even
something
with all
new.
the negative
Yeah.
that he was doing too, people were just stoked
Yeah.
to see it happen.
Yeah.
So,
I think people like loyalty.
Yeah.
They like someone that they can watch and get to know and continue to get to know, which is really cool. Mark Henry had a match with John Morrison, and you were saying it about his athleticism.
oh yeah, John Morrison, by far one of the best athletes in the WWE. You know, his
I agree.
agility, just the way if you've seen any of his training footage or stuff like that online, YouTube, I recommend looking him up. But John Morrison's the real deal. I think he could be one of those little Circus Olay freaks if he wanted to.
Very
Oh, I think he absolutely could.
if he hasn't already, him and Sin Cara should go take it to Vegas if the WWE doesn't work out for him in a little bit. One of the Sin Caras.
have a hookup over there. Maybe it should help him out,
I did hear he's doing a workout video.
Yeah, he's
and he
doing.
should.
Yes,
Because the guy can go, look.
Yeah, I was trying.
Results.
Exactly.
abs.
He wants
Hey,
this.
does anybody remember when he used to airbrush his abs with Swarovski crystals?
I used to watch her
Oh
doing
my
that
God,
in
you're
the
right.
hallway.
You're right.
I used to watch one of the seamstresses do that in the hallway before the match. Awesome.
When I saw that, I was just like, all right.
I did try to set him up on a date with Betty White, but she turned him down. So most recently,
Abs too much for her?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, abs are too
He's-
much.
Mae
Maybe
Young
he's
got
just
she's too
pissed.
not up
wild.
to
Yeah,
it.
she's too wild for Mr. Morrison. He likes his women a
might
little
be.
crazier. So
Wow. Wow.
I'm just saying.
And moving on.
To my
I
AfterBuzz
agree.
coffee cup.
Yes.
The only
By the way, I agree. But
the only thing is that I really wonder why he's not getting the push.
I think he's just
Why?
been there so long, and
He had his push, to be honest with you.
I mean, he had it.
He had his shine when he was going up against Sheamus when he had the title. He had his little bit when he was jumping off of the rafters at the WWE. I'm trying to think of what pay-per-view. He had his chance to shine, and for some reason or another, they didn't give him the ball, so he didn't run with it. That's all I see.
It's disappointing because he's been there. He's been there. He was 2003. He's 8 years. You know, you don't think about him like someone's like, oh, he's a new star. He got there in 2003. He's
Yeah.
been there a long,
Yeah.
long time.
Can you
Came in
imagine
with
watching Miz
Yeah.
get to the level?
you
that
know he
he's-
was pissed.
Yeah,
Right?
You
It
know
had
he
to-
was
he-
pissed watching the Miz
or
shine.
jealous or whatever, and
Either way.
then he's not getting. I don't know. I just don't know whether
I
he's
just
not
think
getting
it's
pushed or what.
I think it's a lot of complications of outside stuff. I think that a lot of times, they go with who's going to be there, who's always going to be there, who's going to be the easiest. And he's very easy. I love him to pieces, but I think it's outside complications. I think that's why.
There's not a lot of people that you guys say making that transition from the WWE into outside entertainment. There's only certain people that can do that. And John Morrison, he actually has that it factor, if you will.
Yes.
You can't stop. If someone looks awkward behind a camera, they look awkward behind a camera.
Right.
It doesn't matter how much you train,
Yeah.
So with John Morrison, he's not awkward behind a camera, so he can go do anything. So
Maybe they know that.
They
Yeah.
know that. When
Or
they
they
know you
feel
can do
that.
better,
Yeah.
then
But see, then always my question is, then why was The Rock able to do it and come back?
Because he's a one in a
because
million. He's one in a million.
He's the people's champ. He
Yeah.
talk about branding and creating your name. He took what everyone did and he magnified it times the millions.
Well, that's the thing. I feel that
millions.
because The Rock went on to do something like that, Stacey Keebler, same thing. She did Dancing with the Stars and then she went on. I feel like in a way that WWE's scared to lose. If they pump you up too big, they're scared to lose you.
Well, I'm sure some people here know that.
What?
They don't want Well, when I'll just say this anyway. Everyone asks me, "Oh, what's it like to be a writer?" Like when I was there, it was in my contract. Anything I wrote, they owned. And
Right.
they could
Anything
hold,
I said,
Yeah.
catchphrase or anything
Exactly.
like that.
I mean,
Right.
everything. So, I mean, they build you up. I mean, I didn't exist when I worked there. The creative department doesn't exist. That's why I started the podcast, because we get this brush painted about how horrible we are. We didn't exist. So they want you to be what they want you to be.
Yeah.
So.
No, and I do get that because like when I started fighting back is when I started having problems, and then I was no longer there. But I mean, and that's the thing is like I think that A lot of times, if you hint at that and they're not, and they don't feel like they can be a part of it, then they get scared. But if they can do it and you can be and they can be a part of it, then it might move a little easier. But like, the things that I was trying to do, they couldn't be a part of. Like, it was just not going to happen. Or, you know, there's been other people as well that you don't know how you're going to get down that path, and you try and explain that, but then, you know, they're not with you on it. So,
and I can see their side. I can see their side, and that they help build you and all that, and then you just want to leave.
Right.
So they have to protect their commodity.
We don't need to get into the contract negotiation part of independent contractors and what they do and don't, you know, what they have legal rights to or not. Like Maria, when she was there as an independent contractor as a wrestler, she couldn't go wrestle anywhere else. That to me violates what an independent contractor is. She can't take her wares somewhere else as a talent. You as a singer should be able to go sing anywhere you want while you're there as an announcer. It's different than the role that you were in. But they probably could feel like, well, we've made you a television star. You can't go sing on America's Next Voice, whatever, you know what I mean? Well, because you're on their television show. It's that weird thing.
It's kind of similar like that, though, for singers, though, like just being in the music industry. There's certain collaborations, like Rihanna, for instance, she's part of Rock Nation, which is Jay-Z's label. She's not allowed to collab with anybody unless Jay-Z gives the okay. You know, Dana White, who I've heard is just a complete, hence the word he's a Nazi when it comes to his business and what it is that he does. It's the same thing. When you build something from the ground up, you want things done your way.
Country singers have that problem big time. Big time.
Protect the brand, protect the commodity.
You know, just like you would be with your music, or I would be, or you with your modeling. You know, you stand behind what you believe in and what you worked hard for. So, you know, it's just business at the end of the day.
Yeah. It is. It's just business, but it's unfortunate because they always say that they want to be mainstream. And if you want to be mainstream, then you have to accept the help. That's just my thought.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Exactly. If till you get there, you can't go like this. You have to get there. It's like the WWE films, which is a whole other thing, which I won't talk about. But also, just I think that Morrison's contract's up pretty soon, so that might
from what I heard,
from what we heard. You know, just saying. So that might have another thing to do with his bearing over the last few weeks. But the twisty land on your feet thing was very cool during this match. I really don't know what to call it other than the twisty land on your feet.
I think he names them. He has his own names for his moves. We're gonna have to get John Morrison in here to ask him.
I know. He lives here.
Someone call him.
We should. We should get him in here.
Hollywood Morrison.
I'll work on that.
What's the name of your flippy twirly thing?
Flippy twirly thing. What is the name of his finisher? I think
the Starship Pain.
Yeah.
I like Starship. Not into the whole pain thing.
I thought of a flower when I thought it was a Starship Gazer or something, like the Flory Lily Gazer or something.
It needs something. Starship.
Why Starship though with him?
Well, it's kind of like a.
He's a star.
And
that's why
a ship,
like he flies in the air.
His fancy pants.
That's why he gets his slow motion and wind in his hair.
End of the match, World's Strongest Slam. Of course, there's aftermath, and then the crazy close up of Mark Henry's face.
Oh my God, right in his face. I think we've all lived that. That was my first week in the company. He just walks up to me, and goes, "Hello." I'm like, "Oh my God!" It's like this close. He's like that close to you. It's like, "Oh my God." Too much.
I've also the camera being that close. I remember when I'd sing the national anthem, camera guy's like right here, and I'm like, seriously, I really want to get in this moment. Will you get out of my face, please?
And I can smell you.
Just please.
And I can smell you because you know the camera guys are sweating.
I'm sitting there thinking, okay, you can really kind of see my the hairs of my nose. Like, really?
I'm sorry. I don't want to see all that on HD. I just don't. Mark Henry, no thank you. I mean, he fills up the whole screen. I love Mark Henry. He helped me out on my charity when I was on Celebrity Apprentice. But for heaven's sakes, I don't want to be that close to him. He scares me a little. A lot.
Okay.
Vince loves that intensity, though.
Oh yeah. So he's tried to do it with Mark for years, as far as building him to a big talent. And I think he's finally got it.
Yeah. And that's cool. It's cool to see. It's really cool to see because,
I mean, we'll think about all the other African American people that came before him that didn't, when Ron Simmons did it in when was this, in the early 90s, 91?
Ron Simmons, 1992 was world champion.
In 92, when Ron Simmons did it was a big deal. He was, that was the first, that's why I'm surprised I haven't seen him come out and say, damn, at anything, because that's kind of a big deal.
He was my favorite person to
Ron Simmons was one of my favorite, athletes growing up.
Oh, there's a great great story with Ron Simmons in Iraq.
I want to hear it.
I mean,
Share,
great
Share.
story.
Share.
So we're in Iraq. We all get split up. You were in Iraq, as a matter of fact,
I
at
was.
the time.
Yes.
You remember when it was you and I and Mickey James, we were going to be in a room together. And Mickey's group, man, we got split up. You were in one group. Like, for people who don't know, when we went to Iraq, we got split into groups, and we went off for like 3-4 days, and then we came back. And sometimes we'd come back, we'd be split off for the day, go visit the soldiers, and then we'd come back that night. Well, all of us were supposed to come back that night. Mickey's group, it was Mickey, JBL, Ron Simmons, and I know Kristen Prouty was there. And I'm not really sure who else. Kristen, she actually worked backstage. So anyway, so they get caught in like crossfire.
Right.
Okay. I'm talking. Their helicopter is coming down. All of a sudden, there's smoke. They put smoke. The soldiers put smoke because they needed to fill the place with smoke so that the enemy couldn't see and fire on them as they were escaping and like getting them out to escape the scene to get them into the military. They just wanted to wrestle. That's all. Because they actually landed. Something happened to the helicopter and they landed outside of the base. So they were really like attempting to get them back in. So when this all happened, now this is Ron Simmons' first trip. It's his first trip to Iraq, and all this smoke, red, from what I heard, it was like red smoke everywhere. They're all running. They've got all the military everywhere with the guns and machine. Oh, yeah, like totally crossfire. And Ron Simmons' comment is like, damn, if I would have known that it was going to be like this, I would have mailed my autograph.
And I can only hear it in Ron hashtag Ron Simmons voice.
I would have mailed in my autograph. Because he just had no idea it was going to be like this in his first. I think it was like the very first night, too.
Just the craziness over there. I mean, can you even imagine being in that group?
No.
And just coming over to sign autographs, and then you're like, oh, wait, this is war. It's actually war. I don't know if I like this so much. I just wanted to look cute and,
mailed in my autograph.
Oh, my God.
Anyway, so that's Ron's story I had to share with you.
Thank you. My cheeks hurt from smiling so much today, just so you know. So then we see the wonderful Johnny Ace.
The Oscar this year will go to Johnny Ace. We were having a discussion about his Botox. We think he has Botox because he has no facial expressions.
Oh, you guys are mean.
Hey, I'm not an actor, and this is the first time I've been in front of a camera, and probably will be the last. The only thing I ever do in front of a camera.
Johnny's gonna kill us after this episode. There'll be people
Who cares?
How'd you like your experience working with Johnny?
Johnny was fine. He just his character.
If I could just do an impersonation of him, I would right now.
Go for it.
I can't, please.
What do you mean you want to do an impersonation? Buddy? Who are you? Are you 6 foot? Do you have a nice haircut?
6 foot? Are you a football player? Sorry, I apologize.
Yeah, I won't go into any more impersonations.
Miz and R-Truth filed a lawsuit for wrongful termination, and so he was kind of discussing that on camera. Was that the one with Triple H, or was that later on? I think that was later on.
Triple H came out with the guys in the ring from the bad guys or the heels from the
bad guys.
I try not to say
babies.
like heel and babyface because it's just so weird.
What you gonna do? We're going for you,
bad boys, bad boys.
Exactly. So yeah, they came out when Christian and everybody were out there, and Ziggler. Remember they had the little promos.
Oh, they were backstage. Yeah, but backstage that they were all there. That's okay. That's when that all happened. Okay, then we saw the anti-bully campaign,
and then Triple H came back out again and bullied everyone.
Just saying. What?
I couldn't put my hand on a Bible and say I was not bullied at WWE. Those two things couldn't happen at the same time.
I have no idea what a rib is.
Yes.
Just saying.
No hazing involved at that point.
I have no
hazing.
idea what an overseas rib would be.
An overseas flight from hell.
Not a clue. Oh, what?
The flight from hell.
Not a clue. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Hotel rooms. How much did you drink? What? No. Okay. Vicky looks great.
She does look great.
Yeah, she does.
You have no idea how long I've waited to be able to say on air how great I think Vicky looks.
I do too.
The
amazing.
Hair,
the hair, everything.
Everything.
I am so impressed that still to this day, that girl can get so much heat.
Oh, yeah.
She gets more heat than any of any of the superstars.
Any
like
of
the
them.
heels, right?
Per dollar, she is the best heat getter that company has probably ever had. For what they spend, she generates more heat for anybody.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I think about what she went through.
Yeah.
And
Oh my
talk about a strong woman to say, okay,
Success story.
and I lost my husband. I have to take care of my family. How am I going to do it?
Raised
All
two
right.
daughters, Eddie didn't leave her with a lot of money, she had to do this for work.
She had to do it. And like, I give it up to you.
And for Vince to give her an
Oh, yeah.
opportunity.
Yeah.
'Cause like you were saying when she first started.
She was not, admittedly, she will tell you how not good she was that first thing. It was that storyline with Edge that I remember. It was
Yes.
a SmackDown. I don't think you guys were there the night she kissed Edge it was a SmackDown in
Yes.
Tampa.
I watched it.
I remember
and it just clicked, and
Yeah.
she was amazing. They did that like love video with her and
Yes.
Edge in the park.
Well,
and it was
rated R-
Edge is a hottie.
I remember
Edge
that.
is a hottie. He
Yeah.
can conform you and convince you. So, you know.
I miss Edge already,
I know.
actually.
I
really
do,
do.
too.
I saw him. He was at the LA Ring of Honor show. He came, and it
Oh,
was just
nice.
like he's still a fan, and that's like the cool
Yeah.
part about Edge is he's still a fan. And
He's a huge fan of wrestling.
yeah.
I think everybody is, though.
Yeah.
You're not going to be in the industry and not be a fan.
And if you aren't a fan, guess
Yeah.
what?
You shouldn't
they
be in
see it. They see right
Yeah.
through you.
Right.
And they go, oh, I can tell.
I mean, look how people reacted when he announced he was retiring. I mean, just the outpouring of support that he
I
got.
was bummed.
I mean, that was just.
was too.
I was bummed.
I just saw him at the SummerSlam party. I
Yeah.
was in LA. I was on the rooftop. up
He
here.
said he hasn't
Okay.
watched since
It
he
was-
left. It's.
Like I said, I haven't been
Yeah.
able to watch.
I took a couple months off, and it just like you
Yeah.
jump right back in. You're like, oh wow, it's exactly the same.
Yeah. It
Everything
is.
is exactly the same.
It is exactly
He
the
the
looked
faces.
same.
good though. He looked
Oh, yeah.
really good.
Healthy because he's not falling down for a living
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah.
Well, that's what happens too. Is all of a sudden you can sleep.
Yeah.
And he did a movie in Norway. I think it was.
I think he just did that. Did
He's
he do
doing
the
Haven.
movie
He's doing
before he
Haven,
retired
and
too,
he's
or-
doing. I think he's doing a movie.
Yeah.
Can I just say how dumb I thought the Divas package was tonight? Like with the still shots of
No.
just a package from the night before. It was too long. Like I don't know if they were trying to fill time or something, but it was too long for what they put into it. Like it should have been. If they were going to put a package together like that, then what it should have been was also footage of past matches and how Kelly fought and fought and fought and fought to keep her title. And then all of a sudden she loses it last night, which would have made sense with the Divas match when she flipped out. Instead, they show us just pictures.
It looks like somebody stole her cookie. That's the face she's making right now. Someone
Well,
stole my cookie.
I see.
ripped her
It
Barbie doll
doesn't
off,
make
one of the
sense
two.
with the actual match. Like for
Right.
me,
I just feel like they gave more time to the package than they
Yeah.
even did. to
than
the
they
match.
did to the match.
Well, I
And
ju-
they could have built to where it was like the Nana Boo Boo thing at the beginning of like, I took your title. Well, now I am going to kick your ass.
Literally, now we're rewatching it. This is the whole match right
It's
here.
the whole
This is it,
match.
right
They
here.
just throw her, and it lasted.
And
I
we-
don't know if I've
seconds.
seen
Why?
Kelly this intense though.
No,
That was really
Yeah.
cool.
Like I said before, she was like a 14-year-old girl who had her cell phone taken. She is. Look at her. You did not take that from me. Like
I cannot believe it.
Like
That
she
is my
starts
favorite
screaming,
ringtone on
"That's
it. It
my
didn't even have
cell
the Hello
phone."
Kitty
Dress
cover
belong
I
to my
liked.
Barbie.
You mean I can't tweet? What?
Exactly.
I can't tweet. I have to text
very
my
angry.
No,
boyfriends.
Yeah.
it was intense. That had to hurt.
for the
That
promo they
had to
did
hurt
for
right
this
there.
before, like the girls have been stepping
But
it
it
up.
didn't. I'm sorry. That's
Right.
just my point.
And
It's
then-
like if it was. Okay, she fought and fought and fought to keep it, and then she lost it last night. And Beth came in the ring holding up that title, put it right in her face,
Yeah, she didn't shove it in her
and
face.
then all of a sudden, okay, now I'm gonna jump on top of you and kick your ass because I have to because you're.
I'm gonna get
Instead, it
my
made her look like a little bit of a sore loser.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pin up strong. One of my favorite things that has came out of this whole angle is saying pin up strong.
Yeah, Beth started it
Amazing.
with a hashtag, and that was a very cool thing because she started it. It wasn't WWE came up with it.
She did Pin Up
yeah,
Strong?
Pin Up
She's
Strong. She started her
so
tweets with it.
good.
She's
Beth
very smart.
is so
So
smart,
smart.
wrestling
Yeah.
smart. Just
never
amazing.
gave up. I was telling the story the other day about when Gail Kim got signed back. I think it was 2002 to 2003. It was her and Tracy Brooks and Beth came to a show, and Tracy was, I don't know if they were going to sign her, but they signed Gail, and Beth was just devastated. And I went to OVW this past week and talked to Danny Davis, and she moved herself down there without a contract and got signed and got
She
what they
worked
wanted.
for her in Perkins.
Yeah.
And that's why she tweeted that. And she served me and my family and like she served us when we went to Perkins. Me and my mom and dad went there when my mom and dad came down to visit. And I remember saying to my parents that I thought she was one of the sweetest people I had ever met. And so good on you, girl.
Yeah.
Like, you worked your tail off. Worked your tail off. To
Johnny
get where you
didn't
are.
want her at first.
And Johnny said, lose 10 pounds, gain 10 pounds, lose 10 pounds, gain 10 pounds.
It's nice that they're accepting her
Yeah.
no matter what.
Exactly.
And she looks great. I am so glad, and it's about time, that they put her and Natalia together.
Oh, yeah.
Because I saw that the very first day.
Yeah, and then they made
Remember?
Natalia dye her hair red, and just so they didn't look alike and all that
Right.
stuff.
I'm like, wait a minute. You could play the whole, like, sister act or something.
Yeah,
Or something.
They
and
act
waited
the
this
same.
long.
I know, but I'm glad they waited this long now
Yes.
because now is
Now
the
it
right
works.
time for it.
Yeah. Right.
Now this works. Then you have John Laurinaitis and
This is
Triple
where his
H's
face doesn't move. I think he starts to move his lip here in a
No,
second.
he was trying to be. That was a frown.
Maybe it's wrestling. What do you think?
I don't know.
What?
You see his eyebrows moving?
He's not moving. It's the mannequin. The
Also-
mannequin was busy
I
today.
don't know why. I don't think he's that bad. Guys are. I mean, seriously, I didn't think he was that
Visually.
He's
bad.
not moving. There's no reaction in his face. He's got a close. Oh, there it goes.
Oh, there
look
we
at this.
go.
There's his acting.
Oh.
It's the Howard Fine acting studio.
He had a rubber jaw. It snapped back into
Fine would be
place.
so
Maybe
proud.
I'm
Howard
too
Fine.
close to the subject.
Oh.
Who knows?
Very true.
Just throw him in the water and he'll
Lots of
laugh.
Rock Fast 5 previews.
Yes.
apparently the DVD's coming out. Jinder Mahal.
Mahal. Jinder Mahal.
Mahal.
Jinder Mahal. I like just saying Jinder Mahal.
Is this a new species
Jinder
coming out?
Mahal.
Yes. The Jinder. Turn left at the Jinder Mahal.
So him and Santino's match, I'm sorry, my favorite of the night.
Oh,
Which,
Santino.
by the
Oh,
way,
my favorite of
I guess-
all time.
Yeah.
Santino Marella.
Yahtzee!
Now, I think
Yahtzee.
this is the first
Let's
time
go.
Santino's been
Okay.
back.
Hold on, I'm tweeting that
Santino had a
right
car
now.
accident.
Yahtzee.
You know?
Well, yeah, I knew that.
Santino
I
had-
knew.
This was his first match back. They
This
didn't,
was it?
Yeah, this was the first time he was back. So
Oh, wow.
From his car accident,
yeah,
right?
yeah, this is the first time he was
Bad
back.
car accident, too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
From
what
what I
happened
know.
to him in the car accident?
Did the car get flipped over? I don't remember exactly what happened.
Yeah,
I think
mean,
it was
like
flipped
injury.
over.
He was
what I heard.
injured. Shoulder. He had shoulder separation. So.
Wow. Okay.
Just
Well, it's good to see him back.
Nothing
Because
like
let me
a-
tell you,
very good to see him
comic
back.
relief.
Oh, my God.
There is nobody comic relief
Oh, my
like
God.
Santino Marella.
you
So,
know-
he was like my favorite, one of my
Yeah.
favorite people to announce.
So much stuff.
Santino Marella.
Exactly.
Just bring me back
I know.
Santina. That's
Yeah.
when I was laughing.
Santino
was
Just
good.
his
Even-
whole parodies.
Even back
everything
to the
he
beer
does.
bath
Awesome.
with you and Austin.
The
and
beer bath, the push a 1, a 2, a 40, a 50. I used to have to bite my tongue so hard
imagine.
because
Not to laugh.
because he would stare at you and he'd
I
be
know.
like, I'm Santino Marella, and I'm like, ah!
The best is when all the hosts of the all the new hosts every Monday when he would try to act like the host. Oh my god! Oh my! Oh
I
my
am
gosh!
so
That was like the
glad
funniest
to not
thing.
See a host, I hate that.
The hosts were so boring
Hate
to me.
Yeah.
Just about as irrelevant as that
WWE superstars
computer.
should be the stars of the show,
Right.
not someone you bring in. If you're going to bring someone in, say there's a guest star,
Mm-hmm.
not a host of the damn show.
Right.
Don't
I
bring
didn't mind
CeeLo
it for a
in.
little
Nobody
while.
cares
No,
who
it was fine
CeeLo
for a little
is.
bit.
For a little bit.
But it was
I-
weekly. It then just became like who could they drag out of
Right.
and put on the show.
Quickly, we
They
should
pinnacled that
probably go
Donald.
over the last two big things of the show. The 6-man tag.
12-man tag.
Boring.
6-man tag.
Sorry, 12-man tag was
God damn it! Starts here,
boring.
pal.
Really?
Put me to sleep. Whoops.
Really?
I don't know. I just think I think
Well, it's
since
probably
the
because there was
guy-
nothing. There
I
was nothing
agree.
on the line. You know what I mean? Like it was just the guys wrestling. They didn't really make it for much, and it was just kind of there.
After
As far as-
watching Hell in the Cell, and I really feel since the whole CM Punk where they're going with it with Miz and R-Truth and Kevin Nash disappearing. I don't know. I was expecting a little bit more. I think Raw's gotten kind of the ratings have gone down the last couple weeks just from when the whole CM Punk came back. And then from his match, and then with Kevin Nash leaving, and then coming back,
I
I
wish
think
that
they're
they would
lost
take
right
the
now.
leash off of him. I wish
Right.
they
On Kevin
would.
Nash?
No,
No,
Punk.
CM
Oh,
Punk.
Punk.
They need to
Because
let him go.
They let him because, and I don't even know how much they let him or they didn't, but I could see the difference. All of a sudden, it was back on.
It reminded me. You know what it reminded
awesome.
me? It
Attitude
reminded
Era.
me when Medusa left WWE and went straight to WCW and dropped the woman's belt in the trash can. That was the kind of feeling it got. It was the same feeling I got when I watched Scott Hall.
That was
walk
one of the
in.
first things I watched again.
You know, even when
Like-
Lex Luger did it, like those two
Right.
things right there were like very vital to I think just wrestling history. You know, overall in general.
Well, the
I
whole
ju-
show tonight was built around one person,
Right.
And
Triple
it-
H.
Yeah, and it's that's where he's.
But he does not. I mean, I think that Triple H was always nice to me and stuff. But for me, it's not enough of a draw for a whole damn show.
Well, it's not even just the whole show. I mean, the Punk thing kind of transitioned when Triple H came back. I know you guys didn't see that, but like from when he won the title the next night, it was Triple H is back and he's in charge, and Vince was gone. And since then, it was Triple H and Punk, and then he beat Punk, and now Punk didn't care. He just kind of went on to a title match, and now the whole show is just about Triple H tonight.
It's the Triple H show.
Did he get
agree
jealous?
with you.
Did he get jealous?
I don't know.
Did
I'm
Triple
not
H get jealous and go, "Oh, I got to come back now"? Like that's what I feel like.
I did. I got so many people tweeting me. What did you think about CM Punk? This. So I just went on YouTube and found it.
Right.
And that next Monday, I was tuning in.
Right.
So it got me. And then all of a sudden, when I saw Triple H come back, and like you were saying, I did see snippets of that. And then it was kind of lost.
Yeah, it just kind of ended.
Oh, that like amazing. Like this.
He could have been. He could have went to Stone Cold Steve Austin level. Instead, it went Triple H. Why? I was praying for it. I really
Bring back
was.
HBK or something, Triple H, honestly, Triple H isn't as entertaining if he's not without his cohort, and he needs Shawn Michaels if he's going to be as entertaining as he was.
Well, I think we all kind of see where this is going. Obviously they're saying that somebody else is in charge. Somebody else is pulling the strings.
Stephanie McMahon.
But just get to it at this point. You know what I mean? Like it's like the truck that's slowly coming. Like just get out of the way. You see it's coming. Honey, are you trying to screw me out of my company? You know what I mean? Just there's Santino.
There's Santino.
Oh, my hero.
Let's take a moment for Santino and his Cobra.
I wonder if they must be selling the Cobra, arm
I
things.
saw that, the sleeves.
He's just
and this
modern
guy,
day Socko.
Jinder Mahal.
Right.
Socko, my favorite.
Ginger reminds me of the whole Davari.
Yes.
Yes.
He's the poor man's Davari.
Davari was so
You mean
good.
Davari on growth hormone?
I wish that Davari and then Armando.
Armando's there again. Armando's under contract again.
What?
Yeah. He's just sitting at home. Yeah, he's just sitting at home.
He is one of the
He's
best.
the most talented
great.
people. And at OVW, they have his hat on the wall in Louisville. He's just so good.
I just loved when he called me his secretary.
Yes.
Down at OVW.
Very good.
Secretary.
Google it.
OVW, for those that don't know what it is Ohio Valley Wrestling. And it's the Danny Davis Arena. And many, many, many people went through
Every big
there.
star. John Cena, Batista, who else?
Punk.
Randy
I remember
Orton.
announcing. Oh my God! I was at one of the live event shows, and I remember announcing John Cena before he even came in as the prototype.
Yep, he was the prototype down there.
Oh my gosh! When
You were there.
Yeah. Yeah, when he was there, he came in. And I was
Girl,
just
you
like,
gotta write a book.
prototype.
I'm sorry, I'm putting it out there. Hopefully,
She's your
you
book
guys
agent.
will all,
She's your
tell
book
her
agent.
also she needs to write a book.
You should, though. I mean, think about it. What you were. You would pave the way for women that are doing that.
Next to the ring, you got to listen to
Yeah,
everything
everything.
that was going on. Like, I would read it in a heartbeat. I'm sorry,
All
I'm
right,
putting you on the
thanks. I
spot.
will-
I mean, I don't read. I'd let you explain it to me, though. I don't really read much, but
I'll start
Start
working
right
on
now.
that.
Start right now.
I would
Yeah.
love to know that. The funny thing about the match part was that Dolph probably had like
Dolph's awesome.
50% of
Yeah.
the match. There's 12 people. He
I
was in
love
there.
Dolph Ziggler. I love Dolph.
I
Yes,
know.
that's good.
Love him. He's awesome.
I saw it when I was down at OVW with him. Like
Yeah.
he's
So talented.
He is insanely talented, and he knows how good he can be. And I think that's what's missing from a lot of wrestlers is that belief in themselves,
Right.
going, "I can do this." That's why people rise to the top. Is
Think
when they
about
go.
it. He's like the only one from Spirit Squad
Yep.
that went on.
The only one.
Only one. And that, speaking really, really quick, because this is something I've always wanted to vent. Why Spirit Squad? They were so good. I liked Spirit
What
Squad.
what did it run into?
This is why, right here.
Yeah.
This is
yeah.
why.
Yeah, well, it ran into the same thing that the show ended with. You know what I mean? They were fed. They were fed. to
Spirit
them.
Squad was amazing.
They were doing
I
so-
mean,
every-
a couple of
people
them
were-
sucked, but they were good.
People were
I didn't even
dressing
put
like
two
him.
and two together with the Spirit Squad.
And Dolph
Jeez.
Ziggler? Hello. Welcome. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for joining us.
But do you remember he was the caddy for Kerwin White?
Yeah.
I
Yes,
know.
he
I
sure
was there
was.
because
For
I did
Chavo.
an interview.
For those of you who
Yes,
don't know,
Kerwin
Kerwin
White,
White, Chavo Guerrero was Kerwin White.
I did a thing that was like, well, you were a caddy and you were this and you
Right.
were this and
Right.
yeah, craziness.
Yeah,
but
to
that man
see
worked.
that end though.
Oh, it was
I mean,
bad.
people were dressing like them for Halloween. I remember so many people were coming in as cheerleaders.
I had my green suit. I'm not gonna lie.
Right?
I still have my green suit actually.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden nothing.
Poof.
And I remember when because remember, well, you knew everything that was going to happen, Dave. However, like with myself, I didn't ask for everything.
Right.
I mean, and that was at the time that I stopped going to the meetings and that kind of stuff. Because before when I go to the meetings, I knew everything, and it was a little bit
Hollywood.
Yeah.
I know, and
She
it was
went
a little
Hollywood
bit
quick.
like
The man behind the curtain.
2008,
I'd
single
sit
was
at
dropping.
ringside, and I just know, like I knew what was going to happen, and it took a little bit of the fun out. So not going to the meeting and then not asking, don't give me the endings. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. So anyway, when they came up with that, and they were like putting him in the box, right at the end, they were putting him in the box.
They put him in the box.
Like
Like Pittsburgh, yeah.
Like, Spirit Guide, that's it. They're done. They're done. And I'm sitting there going, okay, I know they're just done for maybe just a few weeks. I'm sure. I'm sure they're not just done. No way.
The box said ship back to OVW.
And, yeah.
Ship back to OVW. When that happened, like all of OVW was like, that's it. Like no one's ever going to stay up there. We're just all going to end up getting sent back because we'll be killed. And then that's it. Like that is when the downfall of OVW talent, I think, happened.
Yeah, developmental. They haven't developed, besides Sheamus, Wade Barrett, and Drew McIntyre, the only guys I think have come through FCW, have been successful up there, and they're all foreign found talent.
Yeah,
it wasn't like
they
they were
weren't-
developed there.
Yeah.
It's been almost 5 years that place has been open in Florida.
Now that you just even
and
touched
nobody.
on Sheamus too, Sheamus. I mean, they gave him the best character right off the bat. He
Yeah.
was a force to be. He was when I saw him, he was like a Goldberg.
Yeah.
They were
He
already
was.
counting down his undefeated streak, and they blew that. They let him
did.
get lost, and
But why?
now he's holding up the hands of John Cena.
But I don't understand like why somebody that has so much potential and someone that's so different, would you not give him just a little bit more? Let it see where it goes. Like give him a couple more weeks. It's like, you see what can happen with people if they're given a little bit of their own, they're able to be a little bit of themselves. Like you see it, you see flashes of it from time to time, and that's when it becomes amazing. Like I don't understand why in a company so big can you not see all the different times where people have risen to the top when they were given an opportunity and where people have fallen, and it was just 1 week before they would have been great.
Yeah.
And
Do you know the answer, Dave?
I do.
Why?
I don't know.
Well, I think it has to do with coordination.
It's-
If you watch, like some of the time, Sheamus looks uncoordinated when I'm watching him.
Yeah.
There's a
he's
lot of moving parts in that company.
He reminds me of Isaac Yankem.
It takes one bad match, one bad meeting, one bad he doesn't have it, and that's what happens. It just
And then it just
like that, and
spirals.
you can see it on television. I mean, that's why I bring up Drew McIntyre. He falling out of a battle royal 12 seconds into it.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen on purpose. You know what I mean? He's told to be the first one out, and it's
Yeah.
for a reason.
Just quickly, everybody walked out on Triple H.
Yeah.
at the
I thought
end.
it was well done.
Yes.
I felt like he should have ridden the roster a little harder.
Yes.
Because it was sort of unwarranted why they walked out.
Yeah.
He's their boss.
Yes.
Nobody in that company would ever walk out on Vince McMahon.
No.
No matter how much he verbally berated you. I was told everything from exactly that I'm stupid. We've talked about it on endless parts with the formerly creative guys. It's just no one would ever walk out on their boss like that unless they had enough. I don't feel like the roster had quote unquote.
They
had
didn't have
enough.
enough.
Nothing. I mean, what?
Their locker room wasn't taken away from them. They didn't talk about like how many miles they had to drive the night before.
Right.
They didn't talk about I had to sit in between two people that were giants and I'm a giant and why
Middle
did that
class,
have to happen? And
No
like
viable complaints.
exactly like some real complaints.
Like if they would, if Miz and Truth and like a bunch of guys would have laid out the locker room, they laid out the referees who had a complaint and the three guys in the main event who none of them complained and none of them were out there. Cena wasn't out there. Punk
Which I
wasn't
thought
out
was
there.
weird too.
That was weird.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the guys that got laid out and their jobs were screwed with. If a fan jumped up and beat you up, you go after the company and the fan. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
they didn't care. The
Yeah.
guys that got beat up didn't care. So
They
why
didn't
should
care.
the fan? Why?
So
should
does
the
that
audience
make
care?
him more of a baby face or does I don't know.
And
It
that's
makes
what's
it
hard.
weird. I really there's actually a video that kind of I always watch the YouTube videos sometimes to catch up with what's going on
Right.
and like what happened in the pay-per-views. And I cannot believe how amazing they do with them. So I actually have a YouTube video that I want to show. And this will be a thing that we do every week.
Awesome.
So
Sweet.
create an awesome YouTube video and it might show up on AfterBuzz. Yeah. Uh-oh, I didn't give him enough of a heads up.
I was
so
going
we
to say,
can continue
Either way.
Jesse,
talking.
was that?
Yeah, that was
Vamp.
not enough.
That was your
cue. Hey, Jesse, how
There
are
it
you
is.
doing?
Back. Is he gonna freestyle?
Maybe. I know this feeling of standing outside the arena and going in and like
Yeah.
it kind of.
Tell you, I throw hands. I ain't got 1,000 holes. My job is not to please everybody, and I'm not going to force you to like me. You want to like me, great.
Oh, I did that. That was on the post show. I remember producing that. That was the post show of that WrestleMania.
They're saying they've seen enough. They're saying that Cena sucks.
I don't like anything about John Cena.
He's sloppy. His in-ring ain't very good.
A white wannabe rapper and a wannabe Marine.
Turn this guy
He's
off.
in a match. I see it.
It is just a character that is forced.
He is the modern.
It's just amazing because the fans do attack us.
Oh, yeah.
They attack
So
us all the
heavy.
time.
Stand
got a
Cena.
little more
You
lazy
can't
than
see me bullshit. I'm tired of listening to your bullshit.
He's just not accepted.
It also kind of is interesting to watch because it's
and their opinions. They know that on the grandest stage, when all the cards are down,
Were you there?
when the weight of the world is on your shoulders, there is one man who will always deliver and never, ever quit.
Who's Chris Jericho at?
With the meanest, the baddest, and the toughest,
he's,
and every single one has been compromised. I will come at you with the rage of 1,000 pit bulls. It will not stop till you remember the name John Cena.
Who was Newbury, Massachusetts?
we can fade it out if you want.
Yeah, I was just gonna say this is about as boring as a commentary that they were asking everybody around the ring. Talk about a group of irrelevant people talking to Triple H about complaints about the WWE. Beth Phoenix, Wade Barrett. Come on,
Okay.
Girls.
Yeah, girl. Why?
like come on, you couldn't give somebody a better
They
microphone.
have been fighting to be the glamazon, the pinup strong, the this. We're girls.
We girls.
Not only that.
I would never say that.
No, not only that. We're girls. As opposed to boys? Like, did we not know you were girls?
I just don't think she's a big
I didn't
enough
It was the
I-
breasts that let
superstar
me
to
know that
even
they
be
were girls.
talking.
What's that?
Really?
I said it was the breasts that let me know they were girls.
I know. That was just so. We're girls.
I find that so strange because that definitely was something they put in her mouth because
Yes.
she would never have said that. We're girls and that's why you need to protect us. No, we're superstars and we need to be protected because that's your job to
China
protect
used
us.
to powerbomb people. Come on now.
yeah.
Like, we're girls? Really? I just thought that went against every single part of her character. Very strange how that was set up. Yes. But I did want to talk about your top fives. Who do you think is, and I'll ask you in a minute,
Okay,
but
that's fine.
who do you think is the top 5 wrestlers of today?
Oh boy.
All right.
But for me, it's a little bit tough because I haven't like really watched constantly. Like really. Okay, I haven't watched it all.
Are you guys? I didn't even write one down, but I can give you mine in no particular order. Easy.
She's getting
Let her-
to
let
it.
her think.
You're supposed to be a wrestling
I've
fan.
watched. Well, as you step away after 10 years, I needed a break, and like I said, it was a little hard to watch. However, like Randy Orton's is just still solid. He's just still solid guy, and I still enjoy watching him. There's something about him and his in ring. So to me, he's like one definitely top. And then I'll keep thinking. Go ahead.
Well,
I'll give mine sporadically.
I'm gonna throw out CM Punk just because just all around you're talking about ladder matches, tables, ladders, chairs. He's really done it all, and I'm gonna throw my hat out for there. CM Punk's one of my top 5 easily.
Okay.
I have to agree with you there.
4 more?
Oh, 4 more.
Come on.
Huh?
I got John
Quickly,
Morrison.
let's go.
We're still
John
going?
Morrison.
All right.
John Morrison, Daniel Bryant.
Okay.
I think Daniel
Oh,
Bryant's.
well, if they
amazing.
freaking do the right thing with him. What? Okay.
Don't grit your teeth and say it.
I wish that they would do the right thing with him.
There.
He's freaking amazing.
I know. He can make anybody look good. He's like Christian.
Yes.
He like that, and I just wrote down Christian for me in one of my top 5 because he can make anybody look good
I
in any
agree.
match. he's
I
in.
agree.
You know?
I agree.
Yes. All right.
I was
Yes.
See, I told you sporadically.
That's
Evan
okay.
Bourne.
Evan Bourne.
Evan's
I
great.
love Evan.
Fantastic.
If he
He's
could learn how to
amazing.
talk, he would be probably one of their top. He could be their new Rey Mysterio.
See, that's what Wade has. Like he's got
Wade.
the gift of the gab.
Yeah.
Yes.
You listen to him. He
I just want to see
commands
him
presence.
and Regal like team up and do a
Yeah, that'd
tag
be
team.
awesome.
match.
Yeah.
I think Regal should
I wanna
become
see.
a manager, and because I think what it's going to go back into is fractions again. You know, so people are going to start getting their own teams again. You got what's her bucket with the annoying voice that I can't think
Vicky
of? Vicky Guerrero. Yeah, you got Vicky Guerrero coming in.
What's her bucket?
What's her bucket? I got that too.
What is her bucket?
That sounds like so southern. Like, what's your
Fantastic.
bucket?
Patent pending trending topic. That's Mr. to the P right there, guys.
Mr. to the P. All right.
Bring back Paul Bear.
Come on, keep
I want
on.
to see. I want to see
Come on,
Paul
I
Bear.
want to hear this rap.
Paul
It's
Bear will be
starting,
in Los
you know.
Angeles this weekend.
Let's bring back Paul
Paul will
Bear.
be there
That's what I want to see. You know, but obviously Rey Mysterio, top 5. You know,
Yeah.
legend. You know,
Okay.
Randy Orton, same thing.
All right.
So
Cool. All right. Top 5 indie guys. La, la, la.
This is interesting, and if you don't know who these people are, please Google them.
Please Google them, and that's why I'm doing this.
Yeah,
because I think that they need more attention. Because wrestlers got to come from somewhere, and they're certainly not coming from Florida.
Right, and one's a name that you probably heard on Raw is Colt Cabana.
Colt Cabana.
Colt
Did he
Cabana.
just win a title?
He's best friends with CM Punk. Uber talented, uber funny. If you haven't listened to his podcast, The Art of Wrestling, excellent. It was the inspiration for me doing my podcast.
Okay.
There's a guy by the name of Kevin Steen. If you haven't seen Kevin, he may not look like a quote-unquote superstar, but he is a modern-day Kevin Sullivan as far as insane and crazy.
Ooh, Taskmaster.
Davey Richards, who reminds people of Chris Benoit and Dynamite Kid, and very, very interesting. I'm trying to think of somebody not in Ring of Honor who I've seen that's really...
Not in Ring of Honor.
Adam Pearce. Adam Pearce is a good worker. Very, very old school Jerry Lawler-like heel. And I'm thinking one more. You go, and I'll think of one more. Before.
No, that's okay. I don't think I'm going to go.
Oh, you kill me.
How do you get out of that?
Because she kills me.
No, seriously, how do you get out of that?
Well, should I do indie or should I do...
Actually, and I'll give you one guy
You can do both.
that did get signed by WWE, Claudio Castagnoli. He is now he's going to Antonio Cesaro. He's 6'3" from
And
Switzerland.
I'm sitting right here, and you can't say his name.
I cannot have his haters come after me. I already have enough haters of my own.
See, that is why.
I can't have those haters.
I do know of another one that's really good in the ring, like constantly, is Primo.
Primo is excellent.
Primo.
Right?
Primo is amazing.
Primo's underused.
Oh my God.
Big time
Totally
underused.
He makes
Underutilized.
everybody look good.
Right.
All right, so I'll just do top 5 in general. I think that girl-wise on the indies right now, Jessica Havoc. I just saw her in a match, and I have to shout out to her because she was awesome, and I can't wait to work with her on the indies sometime. In WWE, top girl, Beth Phoenix, hands down. She's amazing, makes everybody look good, works her
Agree.
tail off. Guy, Punk, guy on the indies, Caleb Conley. Do you know him?
Yeah, I've seen him. Yeah,
He's really good. Then another guy in WWE, probably, oh God, who's even there anymore? That would be Primo. I'd agree with you on that. Then, of course, Mike Bennett, which I'm pissed that you didn't say his name, but that's okay.
I can't. I have enough heat of my own. I don't need any more of his heat.
Mike
Why
Bennett,
does he have heat?
It's just people. Certain faction of internet people don't like him.
Why?
He loves the ROH universe.
Yes, he's the complete opposite of everything that is Ring of Honor. He's about as WWE as it gets. Is his look and his talent and his people that he hangs out with. And
What?
Not naming any names.
Huh? What? Why the heck? I still love John Cena, and so there you go. I still like him. Whatever, I still do. Like, how can you stay on top for that long and not be freaking incredible? Like,
Well,
he's
because
been
you have
the
the company
one.
behind you
Yeah.
too.
You
That
do.
kind of does help.
Why do I need to kiss his ass?
No,
I'm
no,
not
I
there.
wasn't. I was talking about Xena, not you.
Funny part about that. Should we go to commercial? Are we doing a commercial? Nah. All right, we'll
Do we
keep
have
going.
commercials?
I'll do the voiceovers for the commercial if you guys are ready. Extends,
bars.
5-hour energy drink. What are we selling here?
Whatever you want to. John Cena is no longer the #1 merch seller, according to a memo. Punk is the #1 merchandise selling WWE superstar on both WWE
Wow.
Shop Zone and also at live events. Zack Ryder also made it into the top 10 sales of merchandise, which means we will see more of him on television.
Wow.
There's your news. Does anybody have anything they want to plug before we do predictions?
No.
No?
I love the WWE. Sorry, I just had to throw that out there. Being the world's #1 fan, I love the WWE.
All right, we need to get him some like Xanax.
Seriously,
decaf.
wasn't he the one that was
Easy,
just
easy.
making noises like
Give me no, that was
not like the
John
biggest-
Cena kissing Vince McMahon. That's why he stays relevant here.
Get
There's
you
a
in that $1
difference.
million
All right.
club.
And here he's like, I love WWE.
And we already know Primo's the second Sin Cara, so if I just threw that hat out of the bag,
He's not. It's Hunico.
they've been using them. We're good.
I can't believe it. No, he's not though.
It's Hunico.
Just saying. Yes.
Hunico's the guy that's Sin Cara 2 Electric Boogaloo, as I tweeted one night. So
Say that 3 times fast.
Sin Cara 2 Electric Boogaloo, Sin Cara 2 Electric Boogaloo.
Come on, faster now.
I can't go any faster than that in anything I
That
do.
sounds like something I've heard. Never mind.
Yeah. So
What?
something we should plug is our Twitter.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So
go
mine's
ahead.
at Lilian Garcia. One L in the middle. So Lilian.
How many times did I misspell that the first year I worked there?
Yeah. How many
She got
times?
very
How
mad
many
at me.
times did I misspell it? And then she got
yeah.
very mad at me as well. What?
Because I look at it and I go, that's not me.
That was-
me.
In Spain, the 2 L's are like pronounced like a Y. So in school, sometimes the teachers would be like, oh, Lilian. I'm like, I'm not Lilian. So that's why I'm very particular.
You know
One
that every
L
new
in the
writer
middle.
was sent to you to make that mistake every year. That you notice they always have new writers and they would always make that mistake. It was the rite of passage. You had to spell Lillian's
Oh,
name wrong.
heck. That
Fun
company.
fact about Lilian
the
Garcia.
world?
Exactly.
How did I work there
Just
for
like
so
every
long?
new
How
writer
did you
always
work
got the
there for
girls.
so long?
Like I got the girls. I had to write
Yes.
for it in 2002
Oh, I
and
knew
2003.
that.
Sorry,
Because
I have to
Freddie told me
interrupt.
all about
Oh
that.
yeah, and then every
I have
new
to
writer-
interrupt everybody just to point out how bad Mason Ryan's haircut is.
Oh my God, that man is a beast. Oh wait, no, he's Batista.
It's
Revisited.
Batista.
He-
Okay.
Batista's a love child.
So predictions for next
wait,
week.
wait,
Oh,
that
sorry.
was my
Go.
Twitter.
Continue.
What's your Twitter?
Yeah, you can follow me on Twitter at Mr. to the P. That's MR, the number 2, THEP.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay,
at
fantastic.
Lagana. They may have seen
Why
the
don't
sign.
I have a card?
I don't know.
I'm gonna get
Want me to
a
make
card.
one?
Yeah,
Thank you.
really.
Here, you can get that one.
I don't want yours.
Oh,
Oh no.
And Maria?
Sad panda.
Mine is
Sad
Maria
panda.
L. Kanellis. Yay. Okay. I almost gave my whole email address out there.
Yeah.
And you didn't spell your name for him either.
Yeah.
MARIALKANEL.
It's just easier when you're just Maria from WWE. I have
Is
to
it
not
two?
spell.
Just Google
with
it.
2 L's, 1 N.
And there's an E in there.
Yes.
Yeah,
And there's
okay.
me.
And the I before E, except
After
after
C.
Buzz. That's right, after Buzz TV.
Nothing.
Weird.
And nothing.
Okay.
Okay. Fantastic. Predictions for next week.
Well, I mean, okay, so everybody walked out.
They're not gonna have a
walked out.
show.
So this is pretty cool. As a matter of fact, I think I have a grievance with AfterBuzz TV.
Yeah, I asked for a
Yes, I
fruit
have a
plate.
grievance.
I want my fruit plate.
Yeah, my water is not the right temperature that I demanded.
I just
think
got a
I'm
text
gonna
from
be walking
billionaire
out.
Ted.
You know, I
think I'm walking
appreciate
out.
all
They're closing
of the
us out. They're
fans
closing us
watching
out.
right
I'm not
now,
allowed to
but,
talk anymore.
You know, I'm very upset that I don't have a sparkly headset. I'm really upset.
Hi.
We might not be here.
See ya.
I'm taking my notes.
From producers Kevin Undergaro and Phil Svitek, engineer DJ Jesse Janity, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. If you have questions or comments, be sure to buzz us at info@AfterBuzzTV.com. And you can find us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter by searching for AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later?
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.